Hello! I've only just realised I didn't even bother with the transition for that, because I didn't have it turned on. There we go. There we go. Now I've got it turned on. Professionalism? Don't know it. Hi, gang! Hello, everybody. I'm here. I'm doing my art. They said I would. Let's get the social done. Hello, friends. How are we doing? Let's get warming up. Petition to rename the art streams Blues Day art streams. Ooh, that's actually good. It's tempting. It's tempting. Pun energy is strong. Excellent. Love it. I don't know if it's going to affect the face tracking at all, or the positioning at all. I have ever so slightly moved where my camera normally goes. It is a very minor change, but I feel like the program probably appreciates it. Because people who actually see like my face cam and stuff may be able to tell, but it's generally actually kind of offset. I can visualize it because I have the power of drawing. I have two monitors like this. It's not straight because my hand is not warmed up. So I used to have my webcam situated here because it was somewhat central to the two monitors, was the reasoning. But I came to the conclusion that because of how my desk is set up, is that my chair is actually here. And I look at my primary monitor, and then I have my secondary monitor. Weirdly, this used to be my primary, and literally everybody was like, that's really bad for your neck because you're spending your entire time looking off to the side. So I've changed it, and this is my primary monitor that I do most things on. So I've tried basically moving the camera from here to here so that it has a head-on face tracking. I don't know if that's going to make it any difference. Honestly, it seemed to manage pretty fine when it was offset before, but I've elected to change it, and we'll see how it does. I think that certainly makes it, I think, more noticeable when I'm looking off to the side to the chat. I feel like that's, even though I feel like I'm only turning my head sort of like that kind of angle. When I'm looking at the image of my face, it literally looks like I'm doing a 90-degree turn, which I'm not, because a 90-degree turn would be like doing this is looking at the wall of a 90-degree turn. So I feel like the angle is a lot more dramatic when I am looking off screen. But hey, we'll see. I might move it back to where it was. I don't know. It's actually slightly disconcerting for me to have the camera like slap bang in the middle. I'm kind of used to it to being more in my peripheral. Hey, it still freaks out when I scratch my nose, because obviously I'm covering it over the tracking. That can't be helped. Up and down is very dramatic. What? Increased movement range, maybe? I'm messing with some settings. have slightly less jittery, but whatever. 3D model accounts for it, so it's fine. If it was a 2D model, it'd be more noticeable. There. I wanted to have it set up because I thought it matched nicely with Twitch's layout in that when I'm looking forwards, it's like obviously where the video is, and when I'm looking off to the side to look at the chat, it kind of looks like I'm actually looking at the chat in the window, because that's the side that the chat window's on. So that was why I set it up like that. I thought that was a good way to do it, and physically turning to look at the chat. Because in a way I am. Okay, let's get the old hand and wrist warmed up. Circle time. We all know that it's circle time. Who is messaging me right when I'm trying to start? Right in front of my stream. There we go. I have actually been messing around with the avatar, because as I've said before, this avatar was is based on a VR chat one that was basically just converted. So I've been playing around with the VR chat avatar. I found, drumroll please, some free wing assets, and they had a feathery one, a white feathery one. It was free to use. It's very low poly. And it was already rigged, but it had the bones in it, which was good, so I've put them on my VR chat avatar. And I'm currently, the reason I'm not streaming this is because I'm currently flicking through video tutorial after video tutorial to work out how to move them, because obviously they're rigged, but moving them in Unity is slightly different to how you would move them in, say, Blender, where you would probably, I'm guessing here because I've never animated in Blender, but you would go into pose mode and you would click and drag the bones and you would pose it, kind of like an articulated thing. From what I can see, you don't quite do that in Unity. It is more of almost like a programming thing. It's weird. I think you can grab and pose it, but I'm not sure how. But in like the animator, it has like literally like bone, rotate bone name by 90 degrees on x-axis and move bone 2 by 30 degrees on y-axis, and it's like, oh god, that looks complicated. So I'm not streaming it because it would be a stream of me looking over to the side and watching a YouTube video, which is obviously not great. I don't think I can have other people's YouTube videos on Twitch. Why did you say that? Apparently there are people who do just stream themselves watching stuff, which sounds very strange. But anyway, because currently they're attached, they follow the body, which is good. They don't just stay where they are. Hello, I wondered where you were. I sent you a text. Well, that's on me. You okay? Where'd you go? Oh, okay. Fuel. Just fuel? Yeah. Oh, okay. You alright? You look tired. Are you gonna have a nap? Okay. Love you. Hey, is it okay if I draw your character? Oh, that's very sweet. I mean, yeah, if you want to. It's very sweet to offer. What was I talking about? Oh, right, the avatar, yeah. So yeah, I've got the wings imported, which means that the wings might get added to the avatar. So my VC Face avatar may get Blue's wings added, which would be great, because then Blue will look a little bit more like herself, because she's supposed to have wings, and we haven't got them at the moment. But I'm working out how to get them added. I can transition over here. And you'll see how it's everybody knows how blue's supposed to be, but you can see here, if I switch to the break screen real quick. We're not actually going for a break, don't panic. If I switch over here, obviously blue's meant to have wings, because she's a sky wolf. And we haven't got our wings yet. So I'm working on it. I'm working on it. It's in the works, guys. I don't know how long it'll take. Because currently I've got them successfully attached to the back, and they're the wings of questionable functionality. I mean, yeah, basically is what they are at the moment. They're attached to the back. Was that a yes? I mean, yes, it was. Fairly sweet if you want to. Yes, you can. I'm very touched if you want to. That's so kind of you. It's yeah, the wings are currently attached to the back at the right place. They follow the mesh when I move, which is good. They're sort of like attached to the right part of the rig. Currently they are static in that I've put dynamics on them, so they have a slight wiggle and things like that, but they're like stuck open, like T-posing, if you will. And I want to make it so that they obviously like close and sort of lie against the back as they do with blue. So yeah, I have managed to work out the VR chat toggle, so I've made it that I can actually toggle them on and off in case they start getting in the way of people, as blue's wings are often want to do. The benefits of the digital space. But yeah, I might post a screenshot on Twitter afterwards if people are curious about it. You see a screenshot of Blue with her wings just currently out in a static T pose. So yeah, so that's a little something on the back burner. I'm looking up how to I essentially have to animate them. Ah, feline! Ah, no! Ah, ah, wow! What's he doing to you? What's he doing? Ah, no, cat! Oh, so unhappy. She has been deposited upon me. Oh, so unhappy. Very unhappy. The unhappiest. I'm slightly gonna move this across, I think. Just like that. Meow. Hello, baby. You in my lap? I don't think you want to be here, do you? Or do you? Hmm? Hi, Nemo. Sadie, say hello to Nemo. He's using your remote. There's a very tiny one. You're internet famous, Sadie. Thank God someone used the emote. Do you not have access to it, Carls? Do moderators not get access to emotes? If I can change that, I will. You okay, Sadie? You're just kind of sitting there. Is that out of comfort or out of I don't know what to do? Meh. You wanna go to Dad's chair? Oh, don't panic. Go on then. There we go. I'm gonna have a sip. Weird, that should be an option. But this, guys. The whole gang is turning up. Fair enough. The gang's all here. Well, almost. We're missing the American. Back to circles. How is everybody? We're all here. It's just like a couple of weeks ago. It's been a couple of... How many weeks has it been? It's not been 3, right? Is it 2? 2 weeks? Time makes a mockery of me, as always. 2 to 3 weeks, okay. It's not been a month yet, okay. Good. Because, oh my god. Oh boy. Games Expo was a month ago. I mean, I know Games Expo was, but that was the start. So, oh, okay, well that would have answered the question then. Yeah. God, Games Expo was a month ago. Oh god, Games Expo was so good. I mean, we had so much going on, but part of me wishes that we went for 2 days instead of 1. Because there was just so much there. Mind you, the Saturday would have been so busy. Like, I feel like the Sunday was still pretty busy. Sunday was a show, it was busy, but not like we can't through because of crowds busy. Yeah, I feel like that's what Saturday would have been like. Because, yeah. UK Games Expo is a good show, and people hadn't been for ages. Plus, it was the Jubilee weekend, so loads of people would have had time off. Which is probably why the Sunday was still pretty busy, even though it was Sunday. Occasionally I look at my avatar and I wonder, should I add dynamics to the cheek and chest fluff, like I have with the hair poof? It'd probably be a lot of work because there's no rigging in any of that, so I'd have to rig it, skin it, and add the properties. So it would be an amount of work to get it done. It's got it under whiskers, and it is under floof. Something to work on maybe if I have nothing to, well, work on. I want to play Monster Hunter so bad. Tea! Tea! Thank you. Thank you, sweetie. As usual, there is too many things to do and not enough hours in the day. I want to play Monster Hunter real bad. I also want to play some more Final Fantasy, because I haven't played that in ages. I also kind of want to play Guild Wars, because I haven't played that in ages. I want to go in VR chat and hang out with people. The Pokemon TCG League is starting up again after 2 years. I want to go take part in that, because 2 years ago I was like, I want to do this. I want to go do things in real life and interact with real people and play card games. And then the pandemic hit and I didn't get a chance to do it. So now I have a chance to do it. So I want to do that. I still want to play a lot of Monster Hunter, especially since we've got the whole gang, like, really into it right now, because Monster Hunter is another one of those games where it's just, like, so much better when you're playing with, like, a squad of friends. I just feel bad because when it comes to Final Fantasy especially, it's like I do want to play it, but I'm also aware that like I haven't played it for probably like 3 months, and that's 3 months of a paid subscription that I haven't utilised. But I can never bring myself to cancel it because I'm always like, but I do want to play it, it's the thing. And the moment I cancel my sub, it'll be like, well now I actually have the chance to play it and I don't have a sub, and it's just like, oh... ah... Get this page finished, I'm bored of lines, I want to go and draw things. I'm not playing MHM right now, honest. Really. So if I click on my Steam right here and load it up, there won't be anything suspicious. Okay. Are you guys ready for this? I feel like you guys aren't ready for this. I've just been enjoying DC travel and just occasionally meeting up with my FF mutuals for a little bit and then logging out good times. make sure I get the reference folder open. Ooh, whoops. Don't do that. It's the opposite of what I wanted you to do. Ah, you returned at the right time. Just opening up the old reference folder. Nope, that's Madrash. Other one. There we go. Thank you, Des. Here we go, Curls. Emoji restored. I can't tell if it's me or the camera. I feel like I'm leaning a lot. Ow! 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 Emoji restored. I particularly appreciate how smushed their faces are together. Yeah, literally the first thing I did when I opened up this thing was like zoom in and give squish, move nose. Squish. Searching. Oh, Ferality music. Ferality was so good. If anything was said, I missed it as I had to answer a call. That's alright. Ooh. Hello, friend! Mine friend? Gang's all here. Totally wasn't getting squashed and couldn't respond. By what, Nemo? By what exactly? Oh, is this the guessing game now? Can Blue guess which monster it was that Nemo was getting smushed by? I'm knowing Nemo he was fighting God. Which one? Which one though? Oh, the sausage rolls smell so good. I have got these crisps that I got out for a snack. Nixorum, thank you for following. Hello. I've rallied the troops. Oh, thank you, friend. It's always really much appreciated. Opus conspiracy chart, so there are also gods in Monster Hunter. Okay, yeah, Monster Hunter's got gods. And I'm sure when we kill them on a regular basis. Oh, my beloved is here with a health check. Thank you, sweetie. Thank you. I love you. Is that to stop me from stealing your sausage rolls?
It's the only good part of my meal.
You were the one who was like, I'm gonna have a salad. Not a good idea then, was it? Not as nice as the pre-made one?
I think it needs a bit of dressing.
The dressing. We can buy some salad dressing. Squash didn't hurt, I just stood there while it rolled on me. Did he go to Sayers? I actually don't know what Sayers is, sorry man. The world famous blue leggy! Well, I don't know about world famous. I suppose people in America know me. I think the bit there that I'm confused with is the famous part. I'm not world renowned? I wouldn't say I'm renowned either. World aware.
World of our own.
Hey. Infamous. World infamous. I'm unsure if there is actually gods that you hunt. Depends on which game you're referring to, Das. Famous to us. Aww, thank you. Thank you, boopies.
Oh, there it is.
Oh.
Boris Johnson is resigning.
Yes, I was aware of that this morning. I'm not talking about politics on stream, so don't start.
No, I was just following some stuff at work, and I was like, wow, he sounds like he's having a bad day.
I will talk about the fact that they asked if the cat was going to resign. Because even in times like this, the Brits have time to be, sarcastic. The cat stays. Polo ships? Blue, which monsters lo-fi should I listen to? Oh, werewolf, obviously. If you're asking me, it's always werewolf.
Of Her Majesty's government.
Yeah.
Also, thank you for your message today, Curls.
Aww. Yeah, you gotta anticipate if you're gonna ask me. Kel, Spook has just very frustratedly shown me his phone with your Discord message of, are you okay? And your response being just a thumbs up. Spook is not like us, he likes to have words in his messages.
Fucking kids and your fucking emoji shit.
I saw you were playing Rise Blue. Have you been enjoying the DLC? My god, yes! I really want to be playing Monster Hunter right now, but I am working on this. But I will be playing Monster Hunter this evening. I am loving Sunbreak, and it is all I have wanted to do for the last week.
Maybe you should stream it.
Maybe I will. I didn't stream the beginning, because the beginning there's a lot of boring maintenance of go talk to this NPC and do this. Remember Pluto's commissions and I will need a game over screen soon, mate. Yeah, sure. Just message me about it, bud. I had just opened my eyes as her response. I'm sorry. Those were the only words in my brain at the time.
They weren't words!
They weren't words. I may be ranked 61 now. Nice, Das. Climbing up the ranks. I'm in triple digits, so I'm allowed to brag. I think Monster Hunter is the only thing I'm allowed to brag over. Because I can't brag over Final Fantasy, because you're all a million times better at that than me. Monster Hunter's the one thing I'm allowed to brag over. I suppose I need to clarify when it comes to the god thing, is that they get referred to as gods as a sort of, we don't know where they get this power from. It defies biological explanation. It's like, there's elder dragons, and then there's a small handful of elder dragons that are slightly above that. Oh, Nemo, thank you for subscribing! There is no way to be good at Final Fantasy XIV unless you make fan art of your OCs, then you do actually win. Well, I have done that. I have done Exa fan art. This is a really nice cup of tea. Thank you, hun. At least they have the restraint when it comes to Monster Hunter, like when we went to start fighting Cornelius, when I was like, okay, how much explanation do you want? And the answer I received was none. And I was like, oh, very good. Shutting up. I got my OC commission, does that count? That counts. It counts. Well, Sensor is my support game and I get to boast about it as much as I like. You guys are good at things? Can't relate. I need to get the rubies from both the Wrathies and I saw that it has the highest drop rate on Master Rank. Yes, because in high rank, rubies were the best drop, so that has been replaced by mantles. That was how they did it in World as well. I think it goes plate, ruby, and then mantle, and it's one in each. So like in low rank, the best drop is a plate, in high rank, the best drop is a ruby, and in master rank, the best drop is the mantle. Because you can appreciate the logic of like, well, when it's master rank, you want to be able to get master rank stuff. So having to farm high rank stuff is annoying, so they make the high rank stuff easier to get. Don't think twice, I don't even think once. Frog has escaped worked. Containment breached. Difference between 2 and 10%. Yeah, it's the mantle which will have the higher drop rate now. Break achieved. Humanity restored. Cluster. Does that mean I'm an SCP? I mean, that's the joke I was making. Cluster awoken. That's the one. That's the one we need. See, I don't know enough about SCP to make a joke. I was about to be like, Euclid? And I was like, I don't actually know what the difference is between, like, Euclids and... Is it Keiga? Keiga? I don't know. My brain is full of Monster Hunter lore. We went and fought in Garangolm, and I was like, should I put this fanged beast gem in my gear? I'd never fought it before, but I just looked at it and I was like, that's a fanged beast, and I was right. I was right. Safe Euclid Keter. Every game in existence will do anything not to just use plain words, huh? It's like safe. Well, obviously we know what safe means. Euclid. Just be like safe, medium, and lethal or something. You played various levels of danger, but containment is easy. Kita, contained because it cannot be killed. It's about creating a tone. Fine, I get it. We're not going to call it magic, we're going to call it infinity energy. We're not going to call it magic, we're going to call it aether. That was a very nice cup of tea. I'll even acknowledge Monster Hunter does it. You know, we're not gonna call it this. We'll call them fanged beasts. We're not gonna call them, you know, this. We'll call them a fanged wyvern. What's the difference between a fanged beast and a fanged wyvern? Well, one's a reptile because it's a wyvern. Fanged beast is actually a mammal. I hate drawing hands, 'cause you'd ask to make me draw hands. I'm gonna have to get my hand model out of the drawer. So I've got one of those. Wood like marionette things. Wyverns are technically only supposed to have one pair of back legs. I think that's. It depends on. I mean, in general fantasy, yeah. I'm trying to think Monster Hunter because flying wyverns are typical wyverns. They have wing, 4 appendages. One is a set of wings, one is a set of back legs. Even though they're called flying wyverns, the ability to fly is actually not required. So you could, again, it's one of the things where it's like, words are stupid. Technically, I guess winged wyverns would be a better classification for them. Because, I mean, Tigrex can fly, but it's not a very good flyer. It prefers to just run everywhere. But it's a flying wyvern because biologically it has the wings on its arms and the back legs, so it's a flying wyvern, even though it spends most of its time on the ground. Same with Diablos. Diablos is not a brute wyvern, it's a flying wyvern because it has wing appendages, even though it doesn't really like to fly very much because it's a burrowing creature. That's true, it's probably a translation. All of this could probably be explained with Monster Hunter in that it's a translation thing. How are you supposed to establish science fiction without some nonsense words? Yes, this is very true. Interestingly, in an attempt to avoid attachment, SCPs are classified as objects, so what I've described are their object classes. Fair enough. I will not go off about this, because the fancy literature word for this is called a novum, the thing that establishes that the world you're in is not our reality. Usually it's just a weird word or something, to be honest. People don't get attached to you. I curse you with fingies! God damn it. Their wings are their front feet. Might be a translation issue. Hyperfixation. Yeah, the hyperfixation of Monster Hunter has been activated. This is more to do with containment than power, but of course dangerous things are often harder to deal with. Yeah. Like, to come back to the god category, I think there's probably about 5 or 6, depending on which games you look at, that have monsters that people in lore refer to as gods. You can't see me doing the quotation bunny ears, but I am. And it's not in the sense that they worship them, it is literally just a in-universe thing of like, oh my god, they're so powerful, they're like a god. It's things like that. The primary one is Fatalis, of course, because everybody just defaults to Fatalis. Although some of five disagree, we ain't there. Job to kill things. It's secure, contain, protect, not murder squad. This is true. This is true. If you want people to kill stuff, you use the military. Ooh. I was actually looking at things the other day because there was a cinematic in Rise that of I've forgotten his name because he's a new character and I'm not used to them all yet. The researcher guy, when he was stomping his little feetsies in the mud, and a couple of you guys were like, "What's happening with his feet?" And I was like, "Well, he's not a human, duh. He doesn't have human feet. He's not a human." They're Wyverians, which is another sort of translation thing. I believe the Japanese name is something like, literally like Dragon Clan or something, is what they're called in the Japanese. Use the GOC and they're terrible at it. They've deadass made more safe SCPs into killers by attempting to kill them. Use SCP Power Rangers. Throw out other SCPs at the problem. What's the worst that could happen? SCP Power Rangers are a thing. Whole memory unloaded into new body when dead. Yeah. That's the thing with SCP is that the idea, I believe the idea is that people literally can just kind of make their own stuff for it. So there's so much like stupid shit. Like at least in Monster Hunter they try to have a semblance of like the world lore again with like the monster classifications of like this is a fang beast because it's a mammal and it does this and biologically it eats this and it secretes this like liquid which is flammable, which is why it has the flame element and things like that. SCP is literally like kids playing in a playground of like, well, my superpower is invulnerability, so you can't kill me. It's like, no, because my superpower is super strength, and I can beat you through your invulnerability, so I'm stronger. Yeah, that's what I was saying. It was written by loads of people, so there's not a lot of cohesion. It's a fun concept. It's a fun to just sort of make stuff up for fun. But because of that, it's, in a way, it's hard to take it seriously because it is just something that was made for fun. This hand is gonna drive me crazy, I already know. I'm not happy with this hand still. I'm still not happy with this. Curse you for making me draw so many goddamn hands. The only hardcore rule of SCP is not fuck with 173. The peanut will end you. Peanut just wants hugs, danger hugs. I don't want to know, honestly. I don't want to know. I want more lore that makes sense. I'm tired of stuff that's like, let me make 12 spin-offs to make one line of dialogue. Makes sense. That's because everybody was sleeping. Am I correct in assuming that bare feet is probably the way to go for this? Because people were asleep at this point. Hence the pyjamas. Not 173's fault you were silly enough to evolve a spine. I can't say which. I think I like both. I think I probably do prefer like semi-kip lore that's somewhat cohesive, but I do like a bit of silliness. I like it when there is like both silliness and cohesive lore, like the Coral Pookie Pookie. They were just like, what if we made a Pookie Pookie, but it had the water element, and it uses its tail like a fire hose, where it's just like jet of water. Like, it's so silly, but then they were like, well, here's a little bit of, here's a little animation of, Pookie, like, gulping down masses of water into its, like, little throat sac that it's got, where it used to store its poison. And that's when it uses to spurt out the water, and it's like, oh, okay, it's silly, but it makes sense. Oops. That's what a Terry Pratchett reader would say. Yes, exactly! This is where it is all rooted. It's Terry Pratchett. Literally, the Terry Pratchett book, the art book that I bought, like, literally the opening preface is about how Ankh-Morpork, he wanted it to feel like a real city of, like, yeah, it's a fantasy city in a fantasy world and there's magic, but people still have to eat, you know, hens will lay eggs, and those eggs have to be brought into the city, and, you know, that's going to clog the city with carts, and things like that. So, even while there's, like, wizards in the background trying to save the world from being exploded by a sorcerer, there's still just people on the street who are saying, look, we need to get these peaches down to the greengrocers because these peaches bruise, do you hear me? They bruise something awful, peaches do. We've unlocked a new Nemo's worst sentence. Good job, everybody. It's fun for the concept of, well, different people in the world have different opinions on it, i.e. this god is dead or not. No, they're not dead, I worship them. That's a classic. Yeah. One of my favourite ones is a Terry Pratchett line of literally, like, it was either witches or wizards or both, which was literally, they don't believe in gods, they know them too well. It'd be like believing in the postman. I was like, that's such a good line. That's such a good line. It would be like believing in the postman. Hello! Hello, hello! I think about believing in the postman every day. There was another one as well, which was almost the exact opposite. from Monstrous Regiment, which was someone saying that there was this. They called her the Duchess, and she was a woman at one point, but because she did die, but because so many people like believed in her, she basically became a god because of the power of belief. And she didn't want to. She didn't want to, but she kind of had to. But one of the characters was like, I don't believe in the Duchess. And the other one tapped her on the shoulder, sort of put a hand on the shoulder and went, that's okay. She believes in you. And I was like, oh, wow. do. I like how in Discworld the hardest part about being a wizard is learning not to use magic. the resident big Terry Pratchett fan, but I've not read the books. I've listened to all of them. I've had them all in audio book format, which is still excellent. I seem to recall I wanted to read one but was intimidated by Discworld, so my librarian recommended that one. Mind you, this was like in secondary school. I know I know that the volume of the Discworld certainly does look intimidating. It's one of those nice things though that I feel like even though there are books that are like there is a sequence, they can be read independently, I think. Like, I feel like a lot of the Nightwatch books I listen to out of order, and they stand on their own. Like, they might reference other books, but, like, that it's generally nothing that's, like, too plot specific. Like, it might mention in one of the Nightwatch books, it'd be like Vimes like thinking to himself. It's just like, oh, he remembered the time he killed a werewolf with his bare hands, and then that's like all they mention about it. But like, if you go back and read one of the other books, you can actually read the bit where he does that. I also own The Colour of Magic, but I know everyone says not to start there. Yeah, it's because Colour of Magic is technically the first Discworld book, I believe. It's like, it is the actual first book, but because it's the first book, there's a lot of like, you know, he's still getting into it, you know, he's still getting into it, sort of thing. Like Discworld as a thing conceptually was still in its very early stages. I think we know if I'm going to read any, I'll probably start to read Good Omens first. Lol. Also very good. I want to get the Good Omens audiobook because the adaptation was really good. But also not a Discworld book. But I know that everybody says that Good Omens is great, so I want to read that at some point, or listen to it at some point. I think a lot of people's go-to for where should I start with Discworld is Guards, which I would agree with. I really like Guards. It's the first Nightwatch book. Again, it's like it feels slightly different to the rest of the Nightwatch books, but not too jarringly so, I would say. And I recently re-listened to Guards. And it's interesting because again, listening the book that I bought that sort of talked a bit more about Discworld as a whole. From Terry Pratchett, it actually specified how, like, when he first started writing Guards, he, like, had a different character in mind to be the main character, but then Sam Vimes just kind of, like, appeared and, like, shouldered his way into the main character slot, and I was like, yeah, that sounds like Vimes. Death's Books, Mort, Soul, Music, Reaper Man. Oh, God, Reaper Man. Reaper Man was good. Everything crashed and died. Whoop. I was just listening to you and watching this drawing. I died to Ludroth Tice. You died to Spongy? Oh, I'm flattered that I could be so much of a distraction that I made you die to a sponge. Cora's here. Hello. Oh, it just occurred to me. What do you want for dinner, hun? The pulled pork or brisket or whatever it was that I've got. Okay. Okay, if we're going to cook that, I should probably start heating up the oven because it takes a long time to cook. So I might do that. How long have I been streaming? An hour and 20 minutes? Okay, I think maybe this might be a good time for me to have a small break. Especially since Core has redeemed a full health check, I can have a little stretch of my legs and walk around the flat for a minute. Ooh, sushi. I often die in games when watching a stream. Well, yeah, to be fair, so do I. Right. Yeah, I'm gonna go have a break, just like a probably 5-10 minute thing. I'm gonna put the oven on to start prepping for dinner. I'm gonna go to the loo, top up my drink, things like that. So you guys should do the same. Go top up any beverages, stretch your legs, and things like that. I will be back in a few minutes, okay? Don't go anywhere, I'll be back soon. Behave. I'll see you in a minute. I hope everybody did their health checks and went and got water and stuff. What are we talking about? Salmon and prawn nigiri. Oh, my favourite. Stretch to paws. I forgot traps. Oh, he gave me a large viper. Daz, is this a good time for you to learn about item loadouts? Is this a good time for you to learn about item loadouts? Okay. Okay. I just forgot. Valid. Valid. Heck is that? Is that a helicopter? What the heck is that? Speaking of valid, the Garangon swords sit as a shield on your back when they're sheathed, which is dope. That sounds very cool. I'm adjusting to the new kinsects that I have for Insect Glaive, because there's new kinsects for Master Rank. They are slightly different. I don't have my dual energy anymore, which sucks, because that was so nice to have. It was such a good thing. But the alternative is still pretty nice. Part of me still wish, it's one of those things where it's like I kind of wish I could have both. But I can't, I don't think. But it kind of balances out, because the dual color decreases how long it takes for the setup to make sure that I've got all my buffs as a Kinsect user. But the modified, the new one, makes it so that you can basically stay in the fray for longer. So it's I think it's part of Rise's like risk and reward gameplay kind of thing of like it means that I can stay in melee longer to deal more damage. Obviously there's the danger of I'll get hurt more, but I can have a higher DPS sort of thing. Which, you know, my deeps! That's what everybody wants. My deeps! Question, how the fuck do these swords not count as bludgeoning weapons? They're thicker than me. Aesthetic has nothing to do with it. It is purely based on weapon type. DPS in this economy? I'm an Insect Glaive, I got deeps for days. You're talking to the local DPS trash. Shout out to Final Fantasy for making DPS in demand. I've never had that in a game before. Gwen in the distance. Excuse me. Exa and Gwen solidarity. DPS solidarity. Blue is such a DPS that even when Tanner is a pseudo tank, she's a tank only because she gets focused, so they don't get full. I'm only an aggro tank. I don't actually tank in the sense that I can draw damage from people. It's just people want me dead. That's what it should be. I need that on a t-shirt. I'm not a tank, people just want me dead. Give me that on a shirt with the Dragoon symbol, or the Rogue symbol. I'm not a tank, people just want me dead. I'm sure I've made under a pillow. I've never DPS'd in my life and I won't start. DPSing is fun. It's no thoughts, head empty, which is my favourite style of gameplay. Except Bard. Bard is plate spinning the class. Yeah, that's the one reason that I took up Bard, and I'm like, actually, I don't vibe with this. There's too much to manage. It's like I haven't got very far. I've dipped in every class, but I'm not very far in a lot of them. Like in a lot of them, I'm barely even up to 10. But so far, Bard is kind of my least favorite DPS. I'm afraid. There's too much micromanaging going on for a DPS for my taste. Like, it's all well and good having a gauge to manage. Every DPS has some kind of gauge to manage, but it's just the whole having to target so many things all the time. I'll show my hands. I just think it's neat. Dragoon go brrr! Dragoon go brrr! In other news, I have finally worked out Gunbreaker. I like it more than Dark Knight. Leading a dungeon, not so much, I get lost. Fair. I remember that before I picked up every single class, I was like, if I'm going to try a tank, I'll try Gunbreaker because everybody says it's like a DPS, and I like DPSing. Gunblade go brr. I freaking love that it's like canon Final Fantasy lore that guns are called guns because of a gunblade, not the other way around. Das, above, necklace, above or behind shirt? So guys, I didn't hear your convo with the sound of my emergency notification. Silence forever, tank. Above. It's a gun, but it's flat and sharp. Stick 'em with the pointy end. You know who's good with flat and sharp objects? Exa! Exa's basically, does it have a blade? Yes, then I can use it, is the realization I've just had. Proficient with anything that has an edge. If she was any pre-existing D&D class, she would be a fighter, because my god, she can fight! It's a gunblade because one of her guns generally beats someone's senseless with it and realised she likes it now. Gunblade. Sweats in orb. Ponder orb. Red Mage gets an orb of sorts, so there we go. It's all about orb. What's the matter, Watch? Nothing. It's only 10 to 4. Oh, 2 secs, guys. I'm not going to turn on the AFK screen. Give me 1 moment. Oh, the Chocobo lo-fi, just in time. There we go. I forgot to turn the oven on. One of the things I said I was going to do in the break. Thing is, Gwen just unlocked the school glamour. I'm happy I get more white fluffy things for Gwen to wear. Clearly, I just need to do all my boss fights while listening to Blue Talk. I've been trying to deck Heracles for days, and I finally just did it. Didn't you do that before as well? Artorian, thank you for following! Hi! Welcome to the stream! Thank you for coming from Discord. Yeah, that happened with Cynthia too, I thought so. Oh, my tablet mapping has changed. Oh, no, it hasn't. That was weird. This is also what happened with Theseus and Hades. This is what I'm saying. Fight or flight response. Gotta show my support as well with a follow. Thank you! It's always very much appreciated. Thank you very much. Let's give this a flip. I attempted to structure myself and work as we foiled by defeating a boss first run. I'm just looking at it, trying to see if things look well good. I suppose is the simplest way to put it. My way. Baby, baby, don't you lose my number. 'Cause you're not anywhere. I can't find you. Baby, don't you lose my number. I'm not sure if it's just me, but these two break a lot of stuff on monsters. It could be. It's worth remembering that in solo damage thresholds are lowered. But it could be. It could easily just be the weapons. I mean, you've upgraded them, so you've got higher damage weapons, so they're dealing more damage, which would lead to more part breaks. They are 300 damage. Well, yeah, if they're 300, damn, yeah, that would do it. I think the bulk of my weapons are still at 200, but they're like 280, 90. I've not upgraded a lot of them yet. Because I haven't had a chance to sit down and just do, like, weapon grinding sessions. I've mostly been advancing story with you guys. I've not played too much without you guys, to be honest. I'm still at the same point that we were before. Because to be fair, I've grinded up a little bit of armor. Only a little though, I've only got like 2 pieces. I do have the next stage of the main story quest unlocked, but it's not one of the big 3. But waiting to do that with you all. Yeah, I haven't even unlocked it yet because I've not really played it much since like the last time we played together. I mostly like to play Monster Hunter with people. I have done a little bit of solo stuff in the past, but generally I like to play with people. So yeah, I've not even done that. I need to do the 3-star quests to unlock it. But hey, hopefully I can do some of that tonight. Did the story make you sad again? Did Final Fantasy give us the big sad? Show me on the doll where the Final Fantasy story hurt you. Throws doll in fire. Ah! What?
Stop stealing my jokes.
What?
I can hear you from the other room. Your voice carries.
You just steal your jokes from comedians.
I actually made that one up. That was hilarious.
Ah, my canopy! Ah, that is not a bludgeoning weapon! I love you.
Yeah, man.
How dare you? Isn't copying the highest form of flattery, they say?
Imitation.
Whatever. I could have rammed that down your throat, you know.
I'm saying nothing.
Yeah, good. Because I'll get demonetized. Erin! Thank you for resubscribing. Thank you. 35 months? God damn. 35 months? I don't feel like I've been streaming for 35 months. That's crazy. Look at his ruffles. music plays. Those who they can feel in such some reality on the gilded cage. Inequipped to act with insufficient tact, one must put up barriers to keep oneself intact. The limelight, the universal dream. Thank you, Frog. I have not saved for a while. That could have been disastrous. This is a Felvia song, this is. I've probably said that before. But in the camera eye, I have no lot to lie. World's indeed a stage, and we are merely players, performers and portrayers. The limelight, the universal dream for those who wish to see. Those who wish to be must put aside the alienation. Get on with the fascination, the real relation, the underlying theme. For those who wish to see, those who wish to be, must put aside the alienation. Get on with the fascination, the real relation, the underlying theme. Real relation, the underlying theme. How is a baby Mizitsune? Resist the urge, resist the urge. Not resisting it. Actual baby Mizitsune is so small because in Monster Hunter stories you canonically get your like monster friends from monster eggs, so you actually hatch out little baby versions of them and they're so small! They're so small! How's it going, honey? You working on this server thing?
I am.
Exciting. I'm sure the squad are very interested in that being set up. Hunting a Mizitsune for the sole reason of breaking their hands, I feel like a monster. Yeah, that's how Monster Hunter be. It's especially messed up when there are, like, actual, like, deviant monsters that are literally based on, hey, what happens if a hunter tries to hunt a monster and, like, breaks some of its stuff, but the monster lives? And you end up with a really effed up, really not nice monster that you then have to fight because it's like, oh, this thing is now a threat to society because we messed it up really bad. Black Diablos. No, Black Diablos are just females. Black Diablos are just females because ladies. No, what we're referring to is a bloodbath Diablos, which is a lovely name, isn't it? Diablos that bathes the same way Tala does. It's funny you should say that because they are almost black because of all the dried on blood on their skin. They have also got tints of blue, which really just questions which monsters they've been murdering. Diablos really went I'm a herbivore, but Can you hear the faint "Gotta Catch 'Em All" in the background? That's better. He told me so. Viral animals, herbivores tend to be much more aggro. Predators have to decide if you're worth the energy to kill. Herbivores see you as a potential threat and won't hesitate. I wonder why they didn't go for Bathory Diablos. What? Bathory? Bathory? What? Is that a word that means something, or is that a portmanteau of something? Elizabeth Bathory used to bathe in blood. I think that's a too obscure a reference, Frog. I think that's maybe too obscure a reference. I think it's more that they like the, they seem to like the double barrel when it comes to, like, naming subspecies and things. Like, not colour variants, because there's Bloodbath Diablos, there's Grimclaw Tigrex, there's Solcia Mizitsune, there's Dread Queen Rathian, what else? Am I forgetting anything? There's the Blood Orange Bishatten. Raisewing Rathalos. There's a lot of Rathaloses. There's so many Rathalos, it's crazy. Blue Rathalos, Silver Rathalos. Azure technically, it's not blue. Azure Rathalos, Silver Rathalos, Dread King Rathalos, Raisewing Rathalos. Zenith Rathalos, Flame Rathalos, Destruction Wyvern Rathalos, Apex Rathalos. Yeah, Monster Hunter's Charizard variants, basically, because every Monster Hunter game has to have a Rathalos in it. So they have to keep making new ones to keep him relevant. It's one of those things where it's like, well, technically Rise has Apex Rathalos, but Apex Rathalos mechanically just behaves exactly the same as Dread King Rathalos. Like, they have the same moveset, and they have the same, like, essentially drops and stuff. So it's like, Apex Rathalos, it's basically just a Dread King, but they called it Apex so that it fits in with the story. So it's like, are they different things? Are they different species? It's up for debate. Same for Apex Diablos. Some people thought, like, looked at Apex Diablos and all the stuff that it could do, and they were like, this is just a Bloodbath Diablos. And I was like, both are awful. In the lore, every Mizutsune we hunt is male. It's another tidbit for you. You're in quiet times. It's gone a little quiet. I'm probably gonna end soon so that I can tend to dinner. I hate this hand. We're focusing on getting this hand to a place that looks somewhat decent, and then I zoom out and I'm immediately just like, oh, this is worse. This is this is awful. Pearls. Do not make me come back down there, Missy. It was a box to start with in the very basic sketch, and then the moment I tried to refine it, it got worse. I've made a mistake showing you where I live. I already knew where you live, I just didn't know the specifics. I would have ended up on the street banging a pot going, come on out! Pause to look at my own hand. Sunring circle like with Odysseus. The Odyssey. Yeah, and some D4s. No, your D4s are mine. Crunch. Crunchy. Missed out a finger here, didn't I? Sippy. Ooh, excuse me. Sippy. Thank you, phone. Oh, well, thank you, Ass. It is for you, so I should hope that you like it. That's what I'm trying very hard to achieve. Time for daily elephant Deliveroo quest. Oh dear. I'm pretty sure that was referring to Final Fantasy. I know there are elephant people in Final Fantasy. Excuse me, goodness. I haven't done my elephant. I want the hippo mount. Every day we humble FFF players wake up and grind elephant Deliveroo for the hippo mount. And we call that a livelihood. Hey, it's you know, it's hardly better than when I used to wake up and every day and go fly around the freaking ice tundra to try and find a drake, which wasn't there. And then I would fly off through a portal and go slap Kael'thas for a bit until he gave me his bird. Joke's on him, I have his bird now. Even if I don't play at the moment. I love any mount unlock quest, they're so bizarre. How bizarre. How bizarre! How bizarre! How bizarre. Hey, I killed this god 85 times, now I have a horse. Yeah, pretty much. I slapped Kael'thas and stole his bird. I got lost in the ice tundra and found this cool dragon. Do we know how many new areas in Monster Hunter? We've encountered 2 so far. I don't know if there's more. I can't remember what it was now, but there was something that we saw, like literally me and Spook, the first sort of like hour that we were playing, that made us go, oh, 2 new zones, and then we have had the jungle in the Citadel. So we were like, our theory was correct. So I don't know if that pays off. Part of me is thinking that there's probably, whatever the final boss is, there's probably a specific arena for that final boss, but that's not really a new zone because they tend to be, well, arenas. They tend to just be single or double area places specifically for fighting that monster. What master rank are you? 90,000. I know that there are people in this world who have actually capped on the rank that the game like allows before Sunbreak had even come out. Not your master rank, obviously, because master rank wasn't a thing until Sunbreak came out, but like base hunter rank, there were people out there who'd got it to 99999, and it was like, what the fuck? Why? You don't even get anything. What's the point? That's so much. There are people who basically play Monster Hunter for a living who don't have that as a hunter rank. Rathian Ruby Pog, nice, very nice. It's the mantle that's going to be the pain in the butt. God, though, I remember I needed like Valhazak fangs in World, and they were like a like a 40% drop or something. I could not get them for the life of me. I ended up with like more gems than I did fangs. Then the gems were the one where it's like, oh, it's a 1% drop rate, and I'm like, cool, I have 3. Give me fangs. It's down to me. Did you ever really think that I'd become someone you'd call your enemy? The hunt is over. Now you are mine. Did you ever really think that I'd become someone you'd call your enemy? Your enemy. Right, y'all, I'm gonna go eat, everyone behave, or I'll return and start typing my research directly into chat, and that is a threat. Fair enough. See ya. I'm probably gonna stop in 10 minutes, so see you around. Catch you in Discord if you want company, I guess, or if you want the sound of people screaming at dragons. Won't back down. Standing up at the gates of hell, but I won't back down. Looking off myself, about to be hit with another rolling blackout for 2.5 hours. Oof, take care, buddy. Stay safe. How are we looking? That hand is a little bit better. I probably am not going to mess with it anymore until it comes to like actually painting it, because this is just the sketch at the end of the day. It's not meant to be perfect. I'm not happy with that foot, I don't think. I feel like I'm not happy with that foot. But again, do I try to mess with it more some now, or do I just push on to paint it? I feel like maybe it's not the foot itself, it's the fabric. Maybe I don't feel like it's not the foot itself that I'm unhappy with, it's the fabric of the trouser. Hmm. I have my support set up now for MHR. Oh, nice! Hopefully I'll see it tonight. Or like tomorrow or at the weekend, I don't know. What day is it? It's Wednesday, right. For a moment I thought it was Thursday. No, it is Thursday. Wait. No, I was like, it was last night that I didn't do art stream, and I'm like, no, wait, no, it wasn't. Last night I had to get my brother from the airport. Oh God, time is fake. I don't look. My life is landmarked by what I do in my evenings. So the moment I don't have art stream and I don't have D&D, I have no way of tracking what day it is. That's how I base my week. I don't have D&D, but I managed okay because I had art stream. I don't have art stream this week, and then suddenly my week is entirely just out of whack. Be nice to me, I have the stupid. More importantly, it's 5 o'clock. So I need to go, I'm afraid. I mean, I think that foot looks a little bit better, but I'm still not happy with it. And again, I don't think it's the foot, I think it's the clothes. I think it's the fabric of this trouser that I'm unhappy with. No, that's not, that's worse. I'll have to look up cloth references because I need to stop. I feel like this needs to be, for the perspective, this needs to be like here. Like in the center. Or something. I'll have to look it up. It's such a specific thing of how this like loose and somewhat light fabric is being affected by gravity in like the shape of the foot, because it's kind of just like hanging downwards off the leg, because you know it's the leg is tilting forwards and the motion is going backwards. So the fabric is kind of going down and slightly forward is the kind of motion that the fabric is taking. I mean, you certainly haven't made it easy for me. This is hard. This is a hard commission. Loads of stuff that I'm not experienced in drawing. It's good practice, so I'm happy for it, but also I hate it. Maybe I need to ignore have it come round here. I was trying to have it like cling to the ankle too much, perhaps, because if it's meant to be loose, then I guess it should flow more. So I guess it needs to just sort of come round the foot, and then like there's the point. And maybe it just goes straight like that. I have a million clothing refs, like, saved on various places, my computer, websites. I got loads saved. It's just looking them up, which doesn't make for engaging stream. I mean, I guess that's slightly better. But yeah, whatever. I have to stop. I mean, I could actually now and look at it, but I might just send you a PNG of this and ask you for feedback on, like, details. But, like, yeah, from both of you, you know, have I got both your boys? You know, does Hurry need to be bigger? Does Hurry need to be smaller? Do I need to change Thane's hair? Have I got the clothing right? You know, things like that. But I'll leave that for Discord because I mentioned the stream. So both of you message me on Discord if there's anything you would like to bring up. Because I'm in the stream. I'm gonna go make dinner, and then we're gonna go hunt some monsters. I want to hunt some monsters real bad. Yeah, hunt some monsters. Hunt some monsters. Hell yeah. I shall try to be back at this tomorrow. Be back at doing more stuff. So I will see you guys then, hopefully. I haven't, to my mind, there is nothing that should cause me not to be able to stream other than my own anxieties. And hopefully that doesn't happen. So I will see you guys tomorrow, and I will see some of you on Discord. Thank you so much for coming to the stream as always. We had a really popular stream. There were loads of people here. I appreciate that so much. We had some subs as well, which obviously really means a lot as well. So thank you so much, everybody. I'm really happy how the stream went. I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.